So welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we have a bit of a different video today. We are featuring this absolute pocket rocket of a Mini. It's actually my good friend Dexter's. Let's get into it. I'll get Dexter on and he can show you exactly what this car is about. So Dexter, welcome. Thank you for letting me feature your car on the channel. So Dexter, tell me a little bit about your motor. What year is it? How much is she running?
Yeah, so there's a Mini Cooper S R53. 21 years old now, so she is getting on, but
she's getting on a bit.
Still looks the part.
Can't say that, I'm 21.
Yeah, she's got a 250 brake now, after going 1320 last year. She's now cammed, so she runs choppy, but it's fun. She does go.
So I've known you for what? Probably 2-3 years?
2-3 years, yeah. Something like that.
And how long have you had the car?
About 2 years,
About
2-3 years.
Why don't we pop the bonnet and see what is underneath the hood?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, talk me through, what have we got going on? What modifications have we done in the engine bay?
So, when I first bought it, all it had was a little ram air filter and a 15% pulley on its supercharger. Okay. Since then, I've put in quite a bit of money to it, probably too much. And yeah, we've done quite a bit. It's now got a 17% pulley on it. These superchargers, the facelift superchargers, they're all Teflon coated as well. When I took the original intercooler off, I went to an MTC one. That's why I got all these MTC boots and pipes.
Okay.
Now I've now given that to another mate, and we've now got this big old AirTech one on with my handmade water spray on there.
And they're functional?
Yeah, they're functional. They work. They're good. They do bring the temps down a lot. Hopefully, I can go to meth in the future and get those temps down a lot more, but again, more money.
As cars always are.
The airbox from the air intake made myself, apart from the actual ram air box. They're all open, so it's not great to have hot air intakes, but I tried my best to do that, and it made a little Perspex top, so it does look nice. It's got full Vibrotech engine mounts all round.
Okay.
It's got a TPE charge pipe. That's why the rad's pushed out, because you're not supposed to have well, you can't really have aftermarket radiators on with the charge pipe because it pushes forward so much and it is that much bigger. That's why the aircon's gone and it is pushed out a little bit more now. I've also made a custom catch can.
Okay.
Well, custom in a sense that it's not for the car. They didn't actually do one for the car that's reasonable price.
Yeah.
They are
that
quite
makes sense.
bloody expensive.
Same with a lot of cars, I think.
But she does the job. Apparently you don't even need them in these, but it collects oil, so it must be doing something.
Exactly.
Yeah, so October last year, we went to 1320 Mini. And I got 550 injectors put in and a Cat Cam 469. So she does run choppy now. It's not great in traffic. She's happy in the higher revs.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, it changes it a lot, like mad. And yeah, she's now pushing just under 250, 247 brake.
So as well, I believe this car was in a crash, actually. How long ago was it crashed?
Oh, that was October 23. And yeah, the whole engine, the gearbox mount snapped off, drive shaft popped out.
Wow.
This is the only damage from the crash on the actual bumper. That's just us bloody fixing it.
And you managed to rebuild it all up until this point?
Us? Yeah, no. It was mostly my mate Kieran, because I disappeared off for a month. But and then I come back and helped him at the end of it. But
paid or unpaid labour?
It was unpaid.
Also, what is this tube?
Please this is a botch job of mine. Yeah, so I've got the brake duct fascias, but I have yet to invest in the actual ducting. Okay. So I've just made this pipe myself, going from the brake duct into the airbox as well to get even more cooling, as well as the holes that I've now drilled into the bonnet as well, because the radiator.
If it works, it works.
Yeah. Oh, it works.
I can see some custom work going down here as well. Is that wire mesh instead of the front grille?
The mesh, yeah. None of the meshes are original. So one of the first things I did was put a new bypass valve in.
Okay.
Because when they go,
Is a bypass valve like a diverter valve?
I don't know turbos too well. I've just done a lot of work on this. People say, oh, you know so much about cars. No, I know so much about this car.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. Well, I know the basics, but yeah. But yeah, putting that bypass valve in, it changed it because it was yo-yoing like mad. Whenever you put your foot down on the accelerator, it would hesitate and come back and hesitate and come back.
Okay.
And then eventually go. But that changes it like mad. That gives it a lot more power as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm looking at your suspension, it doesn't look like stock. Do you want to talk me through your suspension setup and what you've done?
Yeah, so these are HSDs.
Okay.
I got these pretty early on when I got the car. Slam any car and they'll look good. Put rims on. I never actually bought these rims. I do eventually want to buy my own.
Yeah.
I want to go bronze, some rotor grids,
Yeah.
a little bit smaller. I've got no attachment to these, but they do the job and they look good.
Exactly, that's what you need.
Yeah, so I got HSD dual tech coilovers in at the moment. With,
Okay.
I've got a camber adjustment, dampening adjustment, none of which I've yet to actually do.
You haven't set it up?
No.
They're just put on. And whilst we're down here by the front right arm assembly, what brakes are we running? Are they stock?
Yeah, so they're still stock brake calipers. Okay. I've got Brembo grooved discs and pads all round.
Yeah.
When I do go, the only reason I haven't gone up is because I do want to go with a smaller rim.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
there's only one brand of big brake calipers that you can use on 16s.
So now we're at the back of the car. What have we got going on back here? I can see that exhaust, and that is not stock.
No, that is not. So I originally just got the actual mufflers themselves.
Okay.
Well, I say mufflers, they are quite small. She's getting a little on the loud side for me these days, I won't lie. But yeah, it's a Malian sports exhaust at the back.
Okay.
And then we've got Miltech manifold and sports cat as well. All heat wrapped from the manifold down. And then on the top here we've got the G-Wing light, which I've done recently.
Light? It's massive.
No, so the original G-Wing's plastic.
Okay.
But the metal, I think the metal just looks better. But I've only just done that recently, and I never used to like them. But when I put that on, I can never go back now. It was missing something at the rear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Now, if I'm also correct, that's not a stock bumper.
No, so the whole kit, I didn't do this myself.
Okay.
When I bought it, it come with a full aero kit.
Okay.
So that's rim bar.
They're rare, aren't they?
They're quite rare. They're quite expensive and all. It's so all round. It's the rear, front, and side skirts.
Wow.
But they do change these cars. They do look a lot better with them.
Now, as well, this I don't imagine stock. The car comes with 2 seats.
No, so I did remove the rear seats.
Okay. I'm assuming that's quite a common thing with these cars.
People do it. I haven't seen too many of them though.
Okay.
It's only when they do go track and go for a half cage or full cage that everyone obviously
Is that the plan?
fully strip the cars. Yeah, I've actually got one on deliver at the
okay.
moment. I've got half cage and I've got the blue Sparko harnesses
Okay.
to match with the netting. I'm going to keep the netting.
How is this car to daily? This is your only car, isn't it?
Yes, this is my only car. It's getting rough the more I do to it. Hoping to get a daily soon, so I can just.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'd love to take this thing to the track.
Have you got any track days planned?
No, I haven't got any track days planned.
Would you trust it?
That is the only reason why I haven't got any plans. I wouldn't trust it to get there, brake, and then I've got no car to drive about in.
Yeah.
When I get a daily, obviously, I won't care if it blows up or anything.
You can build it for track as well.
Yeah.
Right, I reckon we move on to the interior because that doesn't look stock either. So, what have we got going on in the interior?
I invested in a couple bucket seats because you can throw this little thing into corners like mad, and the OEM seats.
I'm assuming the seats don't hold you enough.
No, the OEM seats are pretty much flat. They're like sofas, and these hold you in proper well. I cut around the side mounts and put them on the rails so they can move for now. But when I do eventually put a proper cage in, I'll get some proper base plates.
I see a red.
Yeah, so that's a kill switch. or a little battery isolator. When I do eventually go track, if you take it for proper races, I think it has to be accessible through the window. So it might be a little too low, but I have left some room to move it up to the top. But I've had so much stuff coming from the battery, and it's just draining the battery.
Yeah.
Of all the little things that I've put on. And this car's getting way too old now. I can't just keep buying brand new batteries. So it does help. Got a little ultra gauge there. It's kind of handy to tell me all my little temperatures and boost pressures.
Because I mean, I've got the same issue. My car just doesn't tell me my oil pressure or anything.
No, they are handy. They are good. I do think a lot of people actually use them. Got a little pedal commander there as well. So that's, with this cam, that is very helpful. Because when I'm in traffic, just on the motorway or anything, I can turn it all the way down so I'm not like juddering with a slight bit of throttle. As well as I can whack it all the way up and just floor it as well. So it does help, and you do feel the bloody difference.
What steering wheel is that? Because that's not stock.
Yeah, so other people, everyone else doesn't really like the steering wheel. It's a little bit too small, but...
What do you think?
You get used to it. You do get used to it. It's only 30 centimetres wide, but yeah, it's fun. That's
tiny.
It's good. It is small. Yeah. I would love to go to an Alcantara one a little bit bigger.
I'm also seeing a red and blue button.
Yeah.
What do they do?
So the red buttons for what you've already seen on the intercooler, the water sprayers, and then the blue buttons, something I should not have done to this car because it will eventually blow up. I put a rev limiter and launch control in.
Wow.
I don't like using the launch control, but the rev limiter is nuts. When we go out later, you'll hear it, and it bounces off, and you've got to quickly change because otherwise the engine's going to blow up. Especially on these cars, the engines aren't too strong.
That's crazy.
But hopefully it blows up when I got a second car.
Well, what do you say we get out in it and show people what the car can really do?
Yeah.
Oh, this car's nuts. Wow. So that's Sport Plus?
No, that was just on Sport. And then you got 4 modes above that as well. So you go Sport +4 or -4. You can do that with each one. We've got Eco City.
So you ever done Sport plus 4?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. At a certain point, it doesn't really make much of a difference because your foot goes to like there, then it's full throttle.
So now that we're out in the car, how does this car drive compared to stock? Because obviously it's far from stock.
Yeah. So I think the most difference, the mods that make the most difference, definitely the cam and the pulley. When you put pulleys on these things, they go like mad. They ramp up so much quicker.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has got a 17 reduced on it, 70%. That's probably like the safest you could go. Then you start going to 19 and it's a bit wary, but
they still sell them.
Oh, they sell over 19s. They sell like 21s and they go higher.
All right, this is a good question. If you could only keep one modification on this car, what modification are you keeping?
The intercooler. Even with everything stock, these cars run hot, and when they get hot, they retard a lot of ignition, and it doesn't pull as well.
Yeah.
The colder these cars are, they are much better.
I mean, was there a mod that you were surprised with how much it changed the car? You know when you do a modification and then you actually feel it?
When I first put my first intercooler on, not the AirTech that I've got on at the moment, I had an MTC one before. Mm-hmm. The car didn't have too much on it, so it felt like a mad difference to me. The sound was just so much louder. Yeah. But I think once I got this thing mapped with the cam and injectors.
I mean, how much did that bring it up by?
So we run the car before with everything I bolted onto it.
Yeah.
And it ran 215.
Okay,
So it didn't jump up much, but it's a safe map because the car run. I think the car run on the day was about 260 was the highest.
Okay. But then they brought it down a little bit to run it a little bit.
Yeah,
safer.
yeah, they brought it down. It's a safe map. They're good over there.
And I know we mentioned this earlier, and I know that you've got a parcel waiting at your house. But what is next on the build list?
Yeah, so I was hoping to have it for this video,
Yeah.
but I've just recently bought a half cage to put in, and then I've got some 4-point harnesses.
Oh, okay.
My goal is just get this thing ready so that I can go on track before I get a daily, so I don't have to spend too much money getting it ready.
Yeah.
Also, a cage would look sick in it.
Yeah. Well,
cool.
I mean, it's not very practical at that point.
No,
It's not
at that
practical
point, no,
now,
it doesn't
but-
become a daily.
Yeah. I mean, I had to deliver a parcel earlier, and trying to fit it in the back of his car, near impossible. I had it on my lap.
We'd have to take some bars out.
So the space in this car is very limited. Now, you said safe map, so this question kind of answers itself. Has it been reliable with the power that it's making?
Yeah, I'd say so. Considering I've put this ASBO launch control rev limiter on it,
Yeah.
it's still going well. I mean, it has its little ups and downs, but
Yeah, I mean,
It
every
will
car
do.
does, doesn't it?
yeah, I'd say it's safe. I do a lot of motorway miles in this
Yeah.
somehow without going deaf. It does the job. It does fine. And then obviously when I gun it, and it's still fine after.
Yeah. I wish I could say the same, to be completely honest. If this Mini could talk, what do you reckon it would say?
Please let me die. I've cooked this thing once. I've crashed it once. We rebuilt it. I think the poor thing just wants to let go. It's getting quite old now, so it's like
What year was it again?
it's 54 plates. It's 21 years old now.
Wow. If this Mini had a Tinder bio, what would it say?
On the small side, but can still pack a punch. Something along those lines.
I mean, yeah, it's been proven. It's been proven. This car is absolutely rapid. One of the fastest cars I've been in, to be honest. I mean, I've heard people do turbo conversions on these to get like serious power out of them.
Yeah, so you can only go so far with these little superchargers.
Yeah. Do they do bigger superchargers?
Yeah, they do a couple of different superchargers you can fit to these. But even then, I think you're struggling. You would get over 300 brake with these.
Yeah.
Maybe with a bigger valve head, like I do want one. But to get the proper power, like over 300s, easy, you go do a turbo conversion. But
What, with the supercharger? Do you keep the supercharger as well?
no, people do that as well. So they twin charge them.
So a turbo and a supercharger?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've seen quite a few, and they are.
I mean, these things with like 400 brake would be like having a normal car
Yeah,
at
so there's
600-700.
There's quite a few famous ones out there. People don't like saying it, but these are little go-karts with
Yeah,
wheels.
I mean, it feels like it.
It's just how quick you can throw them around corners.
Yeah.
And they're fine with it.
And when you put your foot down, and I'm in here, and you're taking some of the corners like nuts. I'm like, if that was in my car, nah, not a chance.
These buckets definitely help like mad.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
when I didn't have them, you were chucked around, even just a normal little roundabout.
Yeah.
They do their job. They do well.
I don't think I'd ever put buckets in mine, to be honest.
They aren't the comfiest. I'll give you that. But they look bloody cool.
Yeah, I mean, for long journeys, I don't know how you handle it, to be honest. For a short journey, like, now, I'm chilling. But long journeys, I can imagine you'd be doing all this and readjusting.
It's why I'm quite hesitant to put the harnesses on at the moment.
Yeah.
I would like a second car before I have to go putting a 4-point harness on to go to the car.
want to say a massive thank you to everybody for watching this video. If you guys are regular viewers of the channel, and we will have some content back on the Audi very soon. But for now, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I hope you like Dexter's R53. And if you've got a car that you want me to feature on the channel, be sure to give me a comment down below. I'll look through them and we'll see what we can make happen. But once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next Sunday at 6 PM for the next upload on the channel.